Hello all my beautiful little unicorns and welcome back to my channel. And if this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name's Vanessa Somuayina and I'd like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, in today's Pick a Card Tarot reading, we are going to be looking into precisely what the next 3 months of your life is going to be like. We're going to be talking about your career, your love life, your finances, and your health, so you can get a complete picture of the upcoming 90 days of your existence, and you can be as prepared as possible to set yourself up for success. Now, in order to help you figure out what's coming towards you within the next 3 months, I have prepared 4 groups that you can choose from, as well as each zodiac sign's reading, which means that your psychic reading consists of 2 completely unique parts. I will introduce you to these 4 groups that I've got prepared for you in just a moment, and what you're going to do is select whichever group that you naturally and intuitively feel drawn towards. Click the said group, and you'll be fast forwarded to the first part of your highly personalized 3-month prediction. And don't worry, this reading is completely timeless, so it is the right time for you to receive this reading whenever you decided to click on this video. And then once you've received the first part of your reading, you get to scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and you'll be fast forwarded to part 2 of your prediction, which is even more intricate and detailed. So let's start by getting acquainted with the groups that I've got prepared for you. Group number 1 corresponds to the Spectrowhirl tarot deck. Group number 2 corresponds to the Divine Feather Messenger Oracle deck. Group number 3 corresponds to the Tarot of Curious Creatures deck. And group number 4 corresponds to the Squid Cake Marseille tarot deck. But the timestamps to all 4 of these groups can be found down below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment section for quick and easy access from any of your devices. So I will now provide you with a little moment of privacy so you can meditate on these 4 groups. Feel free to pause the video right here if you need, and then I'll be right back to guide you into your predictions. So by now, you've hopefully been able to select one of these 4 groups. I'll be getting into your readings, starting off with group 1, which corresponds to the Spectrowhirl tarot deck. So if this is the group that you chose, then please continue watching. And to all of my other beautiful groups and signs of the zodiac, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello, group number 1, and welcome to your 3-month prediction. Now, you chose the Spectrowhirl tarot deck, which is a spectacular deck. Excellent choice. So let's get straight into your prediction. I don't want to lose any time. I want us to figure out immediately what's coming towards you within the next 3 months of your life. So first up, we've got the Ace of Cups, which shows new beginnings when it comes to your emotions. New friendships, new relationships, new business connection. This is all about a connection between you and another human being, an attachment that's forming. Now, group number 1, you may think to yourself, I don't really want to catch feelings, and I get that, but let's see where this goes. We're just at the start of your prediction. We're just at the start of your reading and what's going on. So let's get into more detail before we judge the situation, shall we? And furthermore, group 1, if you love these natural crystal rings that I'm wearing, you can see here we've got citrine, sunstone, carnelian, and here we've got moonstone, amethyst, as well as aquamarine. These are fully adjustable and will fit absolutely any finger size. I have them linked in the description box. They're back in stock. They're called Double the Attention rings, and you can check them out on my website, fulllife.com, because I always get so many questions about these rings. So now you know where to get them. So let's move further into your prediction. We've got the 7 of Swords next. Group 1, in the 7 of Swords, I can see here that you're spending a lot of time growing intellectually. You're learning new skills, and I see here in correspondence to the Ace of Cups that this is a relationship and a connection that will challenge you on an intellectual and mental level. It is important for you that regardless of whether you're friends or in a relationship with someone, that they challenge you in many ways, that they bring intelligence to the table, that they've got something to offer to you mentally. And I see here within the Ace of Swords that this is a connection in which you can grow, in which you can foster and plant new ideas, and in which you may even come up with new business ideas, as well as you both come from very smart backgrounds when it comes to being street smart, but also having getting a good education. So group number 1, I see that in the next 3 months, we have something interesting going on for you when it comes to a new connection with a person. And again, we have that depicted in the 2 of Cups. You're shaking hands, you're signing a deal or a contract, you're agreeing on something, and you're agreeing on some smart moves on how to move forward to make your life and your future precisely how you would want it to be. I see that you're forming some sort of alliance with another person in the next 3 months. It could also mean that you're signing a work contract, and this is a contract, this is a connection that you've always wanted, because you've wanted to work together with people who are like-minded. I see that in the 3 of Coins or 3 of Pentacles, however you'd like to call it. So here within the 3 of Pentacles, we have different forces working together for the coin, for the bag, for one joint goal. And that is one thing that I can see here. The next 3 months are going to be imperative and essential to your success. The next 3 months are going to show in which direction your professional life is going. And it's also going to show who is coming with you on the journey and who you're possibly leaving behind. I also want to add some letters into your reading so we can figure out a little bit more on who this person is. So we have COP when it comes to a name. So these are important letters within their name, group number 1. It could also be that you've run into some troubles where you need backup, where you need legal support, and that is definitely something that you're receiving, and things are going in a really good direction when it comes to your life in the next 3 months, professionally speaking, group number 1. You're solving problems and you're finding new ways in order to put yourself in a favorable position where you can make a lot of fun, where you can work with others, delegate tasks, and you're not overworked or burnt out. Next up here, we've got the 4 of Water. So within the 4 of Water, I do see that it's a bit of a lonely road. I see that you're being a little hard on yourself in the next 3 months about your looks. Maybe it's because there is a certain season coming up. Maybe you're worried about a new lover and how they will see you physically. Maybe you've even been in a relationship for a long time and you kind of just want to spruce things up. You're looking in the mirror and you are always picking out the things that you're not 100% happy with. But group 1, remind yourself that we all have insecurities. Even the people who seem to have a perfect existence and perfect appearance on social media especially, there's a lot of Photoshop going on, and there is a lot of insecurities that we would never know that everyone has. Even I do, group number 1 as well. I'm not exempt from that. So know that we are all human. We are all kind of our own hardest critic. And I can see here within Death and Rebirth that you're realizing the longer you live and the more that you know, you don't know anything at all, because you never know what kind of day that the person in front of you or on your screen is having and how they feel about themselves, what struggle that they're going through. And sometimes when you know the truth about how people feel or what they're going through, what looked like a really great, sparkly, amazing life is something you would never want for yourself, right? When we, for example, hear of celebrities who are struggling with different types of addictions, with different types of situations, body dysmorphia, maybe it's something that you've gone through yourself or are currently going through. So you understand that not everything that glitters is gold, and there are a lot of things that people have to deal with behind the scenes, including you and I. Next up, we've got the 10 of Water, which shows me that regardless of the struggles, you're choosing to see the light side of being a human being. You're choosing to see the beautiful parts, the opportunity to be happy, to experience pleasure as well as pain, because without experiencing one, you can't experience the other. And you've got a very mature approach to this over the next 3 months, my beautiful souls of group number 1. And I see here within the Olive Ridley sea turtle that you are not afraid to get out of your comfort zone. Just as these sea turtles need to come to land, which is out of their comfort zone is in the water where they're weightless. The land is a very arduous place to live. Maybe you feel the same way, group number one, but they get out of their comfort zone because they know what inevitably must be done. And this is a message for you, group one. You know what inevitably must be done. These next 3 months are about tying up loose ends. If you've got a to-do list that never seems to be completed, if there are some phone calls that you've been putting off because you just don't like speaking to strangers or office people who are secretaries on the phone because it makes you uncomfortable, these next 3 months you're going to think to yourself, it's actually such a little thing. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's in your head. A lot of these things that are out of your comfort zone that you're not happy to do, and you'll just tackle them. You'll ask yourself, if this takes longer than 2 minutes, okay, maybe there's a reason to be a little uncomfortable, but if this can be done fairly quickly, why not just do it? Because often when we're procrastinating or we're very uncomfortable, the task in itself isn't even that big of a deal. However, the procrastination makes it feel bigger and bigger. I'm sure you're familiar with that, group one. Next up, we've got the orange dotted tuskfish. The orange dotted tuskfish is all about thinking outside of the box. It even has a little Swiss Army knife here because you guys know I am Swiss. I live in Switzerland. You have yet to discover valuable tools. Understand that within the next 3 months of your life, you will discover some tools, some different natural advantages that you've got that you didn't know existed prior to these 3 months, group number one. I'll just move your letters up here so we have a little bit more space for all the cards. So you're thinking outside of the box and you're seeing things in a very pragmatic, let's do this kind of way. You've got a lot more energy than you've ever had before to try and find new solutions to old problems and get those out of the way finally, because after all, you know that sometimes you just need to move on from things that have been lingering for a while. Even if it's cutting off a relationship, even if it's switching jobs, you're going to successfully handle that all. Within the grasshopper, know that within these next 3 months, there are situations in the balance that require careful handling. So there are some careful situations for you to deal with that have to do with these new relationships. In order for them to be successful, you have to be careful from the start to keep your word, to show yourself not from a favorable side in a sense of being false, being fake, but just making sure that you're putting your best foot forward. Here within the table, the next 3 months do have some hard work ahead of you, group number one. We're going to get into more detail about that, but this is what your guides and your angels have to say for you so far. They're prepping you for the next 3 months being hard work, but rewarding work. And that's an amazing feeling. Just think about it, group number one. When you've been working really hard all day, and then you finally hit the hay, you finally go to bed, and you're so tired and exhausted, but somehow you just have this feeling of happiness, you have this feeling of satisfaction and content. We had the strength card that popped right out of the pile. I'm sure you saw this. Now, the strength card is often represented in form of a lion, is what I meant to say. Leave a lion emoji below in the comment section if you belong to group one, to represent, to let me and others know that you're still here. Now, the strength card shows that you've got a lot of inner strength going for you during the next 3 months, where you don't have to be combative. You're not using any of your influence or power in a way that isn't right. You are strong, you are decisive, you know that with power comes responsibility, and you're handling everything as you would, whether the entire world is watching or whether it's just you. You're just trying to do the right thing. You're being strong from the inside out. You're not going to allow for anyone to intimidate you or make you feel afraid. And you've got this willingness to walk away from situations that don't serve you. Here within the Page of Cups, know that the connection that's coming towards you, the relationship that you will build will be with a water sign. Think to yourself a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. This is a water sign with whom you will have a close relationship with. This is someone very caring, someone who is very much I would say almost obsessed with the connection with you, group number one. This is someone who would never betray you. It's a very loyal individual and a very sensitive one. This is someone who is very connected to their emotions, very connected to how they feel about you and the work that you have ahead with them. Whether these are business projects or this is building a relationship and a home together, they're 100% on board for it, and they're the type of person that you can trust. We did have Cop show up, which could of course be letters in their name, but it also just very clearly is a nickname for law enforcement. And I definitely want you to know that this could be someone who works in law enforcement, who is quite literally a cop, and just having the law and the right things on your side will make sure that you're successful within these next 3 months, group number one. So this is the reading that I received for you, and I really hope that you enjoyed this first part of your prediction. But now what you're going to do is scroll down into the description box, click your zodiac signs portion of the reading, and then you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your prediction. So I'll catch you at the click of your zodiac signs timestamp. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. Now, you chose the Divine Feather Messenger Oracle to help guide you through the next 3 months of your life and to figure out precisely what your destiny is. So let's see who this feather belongs to. We've got the Osprey. Now, the Osprey brings you the message that your success is now at hand. The next 3 months are going to be victorious and successful for you, group number two. So allow the abundance to flow to you effortlessly. Try to not get in the way of your own blessings and your own abundance. Sometimes when we've got some limiting beliefs going on within us, or we're just kind of overthinking situations, it can be easy to get in the way of our own blessings, because your guides want to tell you now to steer clear of any of those behaviors that are counterproductive when it comes to enjoying your success and the abundance coming towards you. And know here within the Oarfish, if part of the distractions that are getting in the way are other people, be the bigger person. Your kindness is your strength. Just as the Oarfish is swimming basically up and away from these little crabs that are trying to claw at him, do the same. Just swim away from all the people who are trying to drag you down, to bring you to their level, which is maybe a level that you do not want to stoop to. Now, that doesn't mean that you're judging them, group number two. It just means that you know what you want for your life and your future. And if there are people who are just in a different spot where maybe they have a bit more time for arguments, for gossip, that's fine, but it's just not your vibe right now. You've got abundance coming towards you, and you want to enjoy all of it. Next up, we've got the blue shark. Now, the blue shark brings the message of serendipity that's meant to be. What's next is no accident. These next 3 months within your life are going to be filled with treasures, both material as well as spiritual ones. And these next 3 months are no accident. They were meant to be. Don't ask yourself why all of these blessings and all of these amazing situations are coming towards you. Simply enjoy them and know that it's meant to be after the hard work, care, and love that you've put into your projects, your relationships, and your life in general. The Moray eel brings you the message of being patient with life and waiting for it. So the next 3 months will have some times in which you have to wait for the next blessings to come. It won't just everything appear at the same time on the same day. Definitely understand here that sometimes you're going to have to wait for the next stage to be unlocked, if you will. But the next 3 months are so victorious and favorable for you that you're most likely not even going to notice that there are any waiting periods within the next 3 months, because you're simply enjoying all of the success that you've got at hand for you. The Ace of Cups shows me that what will be especially successful in your life in the next 3 months is your relationship status. You will feel very happy, especially in your personal life when it comes to love. It's like your cup is overflowing. So you've made sure that you're filling up your own cup first to the point that it's running over or runneth over, however you'd like to say it, group two. And then you also have so much to give to others. You have so much service that you can provide to the world, but also so much love that you can give to other people, to other individuals. Let's see what else we've got for you. We've got the Three of Coins. So I can see here that what brings you the most success, especially in the material realm, so with your job, your career, your finances, is working with others, not doing everything by yourself, learning to delegate tasks and give tasks to other people wherever possible, group number 2. The Three of Coins in connectivity to the Ace of Cups does also show me that you're thinking of collaborating with a romantic partner when it comes to business. I see that this is something that you're looking at within the next 3 months. Whether you end up doing it or not, we have yet to see. These next 3 months are just kind of a evaluation period, if you will, for you to properly get to know how this could work, to get to know the person that you're with romantically in a business sense as well, because of course there's a reason why there's a saying that goes, never mix business with pleasure. You've got to be careful when it comes to that. I see here within the leg that you're stepping into a new experience. Group number 2, that is what the leg symbolizes. It's stepping into a completely new way of living, a completely new existence. So a lot is going to change for you in these next 3 months. You're going to change a lot of habits as well that you've kind of been waiting or holding off on. So for example, healthier eating, more working out, waking up early. I see here within the sun that all of these good, healthy habits are contributing to your happiness and well-being. The next 3 months are guaranteed to show an increase in your happiness and well-being. The sun is an amazing symbol that is not only showing that you're alive, that you're feeling revitalized, but also that you're using this energy in order to further create happiness, further create abundance and serendipity. And the sun in connectivity to the oarfish shows that you're being the bigger person in situations with other people because you know that you're putting your happiness and well-being first. If that means losing an argument or letting someone feel like they're right even though they're not, because you know arguing with them is going to do even less good, then so be it. There will of course be temptations from time to time, and there will be situations and times where you feel like you just kind of want to take the easier way out, like sleeping in on a day where you know you wanted to get up early to prepare a healthy breakfast or to engage in some movement. Furthermore, here within the apple, I also want you to know that there may be some temptation when it comes to romantic relationships, but make sure that you wait for that right one that we spoke about in the Ace of Cups, because I see here within the broken wishbone that sometimes when things don't go precisely your way, it can feel like a wish wasn't granted, but remind yourself that often when things don't work out, it's simply the universe protecting you from what was never meant to be for you. And then actually having the opportunity or having something way better provided for you. Group 2, if you've ever been in a situationship or you were dating someone just casually and you wanted it to go somewhere, but you could feel that they were not 100% in it, they were uncertain. Whenever you want to talk about the future or being serious, they kind of pull back, and that is the universe showing you this isn't the right one for you. Do not push it. Do not try to get them to act better. When you're with the right person, you do not need to tell them what to do. It will be an honor to them to see a smile on your face day in and day out. Here within the 10 of water, all of my souls of group 2, I see amazing abundance and happiness coming in all relationships for you. So just stick to the rule of only engaging in relationships with people who show that they care, who show that you're important to them, and who aren't afraid to speak about the future. That's a major red flag when someone is too worried to plan ahead with you, to, for example, plan a vacation, a getaway, to spend money on the relationship or on the connection. And I know there are a lot of people who say, well, you know, I'm independent, why should they spend money? It's because earning money is not easy, group number 2. We all know this. So for someone to actually put their money where their mouth is, it shows commitment. It shows that they care. It shows that they're willing to put in hard work and effort to make that money and then invest it in the relationship. Whether that be, for example, moving in together, splitting bills, helping with rent, making sure that the furniture you have, the mattress, everything like that is healthy, is in good condition, contributing in that type of way. Also experiences, taking you out, purchasing food, be it eating out or groceries, just overall investing in the relationship is something that you need to see before you can settle for someone. I see here within the 8 of Earth for you that you are definitely the type of person who needs team players around them. Yes, you can be the bigger person and you're able to ignore bad behavior, but really it still affects you, group number 2. It is important that you weed out the people who are naysayers, who don't really believe in your success or your capabilities. It is really essential that you make sure that those who are around you have things going for themselves as well, so that they've got a busy life and that they're people who are doers, not just speakers, because you have so much coming towards you, so much more to learn, so many more levels to reach on a professional level. So if you can't talk to the people around you about your dreams and aspirations, that's going to slow you down unnecessarily. So surround yourself with big thinkers, and by big thinkers I mean people who think big, right? Not people who only think and don't act, people who think big, who act big. Next up, we've got the 2 of Swords reversed. I see you being very decisive for these next 3 months. So you're not afraid to make a decision. You're not afraid to be a boss or a leader. I can see here that any indecisiveness that you may have had in the past is a thing of the past. These next 3 months, you know what you want, you're going for it. And you won't allow for anyone to get in between you and your wants, needs, and wishes. I see here in the Queen of Wands that this comes from this strong fire sign energy. So if you've ever met, for example, an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius who is very strong, very impulsive, sometimes impatient, but they do it in such a way that they just seem to be like this boss, this person who knows what's up and what they want. That's the type of energy we've got here for you. Also, the Queen of Wands shows me that this is the type of person you will be working together with. Don't feel as though because the card is titled Queen of Wands that this has to be a woman. This can of course be a man who has strong fire sign energy, which is phallic energy. Phallic energy means masculine energy. But because we've also got the Queen in there, it becomes clear that they are connected to their feminine side. They are connected to this emotional, very intuitive part of them, which makes for a great mixture with you, my beautiful souls of group number 2. So the next 3 months are looking extremely prosperous when it comes to material wealth and your professional success. Now, group 2, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know below in the comment section. Leave a sun emoji below to let me and others know that you were here and that you enjoyed your reading. And now don't forget to head down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac sign, and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your reading. So I'll catch you over there. Hello, all my beautiful souls of group number 3. You chose the Tarot of Curious Creatures to help guide you through the next 3 months of your life. So let's get straight into it. We don't want to waste any time, so we can figure out precisely what messages are here in regards to your next 3 months, group number 3. Next up, we've got the Knight of Wands. Well, first up, basically, the Knight of Wands shows us a fire sign, as the suit of wands corresponds to the element of fire, in case you didn't know. And we've got someone who is very forward thinking, someone who's bubbly, someone who has fresh ideas but can also be kind of very impulsive, but also very passionate and romantic. So this is someone that's coming into your life within the next 3 months. They will be of some sort of importance. Let's see how. We've got the Hermit. You'll be spending a lot of alone time with this person, group number 3. Could this be a romantic interest? Could this be a lover? We'll look further into it, but you will be spending a lot of time with them just in private, away from the world. You will have a lot of moments, as we've got here in this light, of illumination, of seeing things clearly, of feeling very connected to this person, and like you just have a deeper understanding with this individual in particular than you have with other people. So this is a connection that is very unique, very sincere, and that will teach you a lot in these next 3 months. But it will also, in a way, take you away from other connections. It will take you away from going out a lot, from partying a lot. It will be a very intimate moment and intimate time that you're spending with this individual in the Knight of Wands. Now, the Three of Swords here shows me that what comes in the next 3 months is definitely healing heartbreak as well. And maybe this Knight of Wands person can help you to do so, but I want you to know in the Three of Swords that any type of pain that you're currently going through, group number 3, whether it be pain of just overthinking and anxiety, or maybe you are going through something like a breakup, it can be very hard to even define what you're going through if you were in a situationship, because there was never an opportunity to call it a relationship because the person never officialized it. That means it's almost like you feel like you don't have the right to have the same pain as a regular breakup because you were never a thing or official, which can make it so much more painful, if you know what I mean, group number 3. But know here that this is something you're healing through, you're also growing through, and you've got help, you've got support, you've got a new person who's already got your back. Next up, in the Seven of Pentacles, I also see you taking a little bit of a step back from some of the things that you've got going professionally speaking, because you just want to give it time to kind of grow on its own. If, for example, you create content, sometimes you just have to let the content sit and allow for people to find it without overthinking or constantly changing things. Like on YouTube, for example, if you've got a channel or an Instagram account and you believe in the content you're putting out, it is creating some sort of value for other people, don't overthink what you're putting out. Just continue to create while allowing what you've already done and the work that you've already put in to gain momentum, to gather this kind of strength in order to create the attention and the commotion that you would like around it. Now, the Ten of Wands shows me that you're working very hard, and what adds to that is, when you overthink good work that you've already completed. I see that here with the Ten of Wands in connectivity to the Seven of Pentacles. Often you work your butt off, group number 3, your cute little tush, and still you feel like it's not enough. Still you feel like you can do better. Still you feel like you can't just lean back, relax, and kind of enjoy what you've put in so far. But here, these next 3 months are available for you to learn how to do that, to learn to also find a balance between working really hard and understanding when it's time to just take a step back and to put the bags, the weight down, to take it off your shoulders. I see here within the Two of Cups, which is a very favorable card when it comes to relationships, especially romantic ones too, that we've got a partnership, we've got an agreement, and this agreement is one between you and someone else who is very serious. You've both experienced pain and heartbreak. You are both with this understanding that you're too old to go through playing games, okay? You don't want that anymore. You know what it's like to have your heart broken and to feel this deep kind of pain that just takes a while to go away. Nothing helps other than time, and you don't want to repeat it anymore. You have this agreement with the next person that you're in this close relationship with, in this close bond with, that you're not going to hurt each other, that you're going to take the relationship very seriously. And should there be any reason why you can't keep that promise, you tell one another on time. You don't play one another, you don't play with each other's emotions. You're just being real, you're being straightforward, and you're ensuring that you both don't get your feelings hurt again, because it's something you've already experienced and gone through. We don't need more of that. Next, within the Knight of Wands, we have a repeat card. So the universe is definitely speaking very strongly to us here, group number 3, about the Knight of Wands being an important person within your life. Now, don't worry about these cards and how the Knight of Wands is depicted. Here we've got an iguana, here we've got this beautiful female individual, or what seems to be a female individual, but it doesn't matter who your person identifies as. This is a very open space. I want you to remember that knights, queens, kings, it's all a great way to describe the energy, but it does not have to apply to how anyone identifies as. It is just a description of the person's vibe and the person's behavior and personality traits. Next up, we've got the Four of Swords. You will be pretty sleepy these next 3 months. You will need some time to recover, some time to rest, to get extra sleep. I see that here in connectivity to the Ten of Wands, especially because you've put in a lot of work, because you've done so much. You will definitely need to have some time to just recuperate, to take long naps, to sleep in. So for some weekends, you will be sleeping in with this person here in the Knight of Wands, and you will take time away from the world and just enjoy your little cocoon, your little safe space that you have created with this person. Now, in the Death card reversed, I want you to understand that this shows that this is a relationship that's meant to last. What's happening in these next 3 months is going to last beyond 3 months. It's going to be a part of your life for a good amount of time, if not your entire existence. And the Death card reversed shows that there is no transformation taking place after the 3 months in your relationships. They're going to be pretty steady and firm. Now, the Magician is symbolic of a new beginning, of starting new things, because it also corresponds to the number 1. And in numerology, the number 1 is a number of initiation, just as Ace, which is 1, always speaks of new beginnings. It always speaks of trying something fresh, something unexpected. And here within the Magician, know that doing new things with your hands is an amazing way for you to generate more creativity in these next 3 months and get better at your job overall. So creating things, having some sort of arts and crafts that you're engaging in, I see that these are all great ways for you to not only calm yourself, but also to become better overall in your career, in your personal life. Often there are certain hobbies and activities that we don't think will affect us or affect our entire lives, but they actually really do, right? Like, for example, practicing meditation. You may not think that it directly helps you to be a better cook, but maybe it actually does, because your nervous system is a lot more calm. So therefore you burn less dishes and you're just a bit more patient, a little bit more focused. Just as an example, group number 3. Let's move further into your reading. We've got the Lovers that showed up for you from this beautiful deck. The Lovers is indicative of the fact that there will be a strong connection that just gives you this explosion of passion, like we see here. You're connecting with another person in an intimate relationship. This relationship didn't have to be romantic. That is what it looked like at the beginning of your reading, but the more we move into your reading, group number 3, the more I see a deep romantic connection with someone who is like a soulmate, like a forever partner, someone who you can go to when you're feeling down, who you can cry to, if you will, like we have depicted here in the 3 of Swords, and who will listen to you. The Queen of Coins shows me that you're taking a lot of responsibility for your life as well as your work projects. The Queen of Coins does show that these next 3 months are going to be 3 months of discipline financially. You're not going to be overspending. You're not going to be doing anything that kind of jeopardizes your financial stability. You're going to be very smart with your money and investing it wisely, all my gorgeous souls of group number 3. I do also want to add some letters into your reading so we can figure out more about this person that is very important in these next 3 months and their initials. So we've got Y, I, and W. So these are the letters for you to look out for when it comes to your person and this individual with whom you'll be in hermit mode with for the next 3 months of your life, my beautiful souls of group 3. So we're at the end of the first part of your reading. If you've made it all the way up until this point, please do leave a rhino emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here, that you belong to group 3. But now we'll move into your zodiac signs portion of this pick a card reading video. So what you're going to do now is scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, click your zodiac signs timestamp, and then you will automatically be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of this reading. So make sure you do that right now, group number 3, and I'll catch you during your zodiac signs portion of your prediction. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. Now, you chose the Squid Cake Marseille Tarot deck in order to help guide you through the next 3 months of your life. So let's get into what your destiny is going to be for these next 3 months from the moment of you tuning into this reading, of course. So first up, we've got the Chariot. Now, the Chariot shows quick forward movement, so things will be happening very rapidly, very quickly. It is important that you get clear on what your goals and aspirations are, because the more focused that you are and the clearer your vision is, the further you'll go in these next 3 months. So these next 3 months are going to be contributing to your success greatly, and it really depends on you how much effort and transparency you're willing to put into these next 3 months, being open with yourself about what you really want, not feeling embarrassed about your goals and dreams, also asking for help when necessary, which is not a weakness whatsoever and doesn't make you a burden, group number 4, but it just allows you to move forward more quickly and to get to where you need to go. Here within the 3 of Coins, your guides are reiterating that you've got to work with other people. The number 3 is a number in numerology of collaboration, of not being afraid to reach out and ask others for advice or for help. And I see here in the Ace of Swords that the more you do that, the more ideas you will have, not only for yourself and your own career, but it will also give you ideas on how you can give back to those who helped you get to where you're going, for those who invested in you when you didn't even believe in yourself, and for your community too, because I definitely see a lot of philanthropic energy that we've got here in the background with collaborating with others, having great ideas, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. And I see in the King of Cups as well as the Page of Coins that what you've got is a lot of heart. You've got a lot of caring energy. You've got a lot within you that shows you want the best for humanity and everyone around you. Now, the Page of Coins shows me here that the next 3 months are really about putting all that heart into numbers, putting all that heart into making sure you've got the funds and the economic power in order to be able to contribute in such a big way like you would like to, right? Because trying to feed the whole world, for example, it is a great goal to have, but you can only do so if you've got connections, if you've got funds, money, and if you've got the power. So I see here in the Page of Coins that now it's all about building your network and your net worth. Next up, we've got the 4 of Swords, which does show here that everything is kind of coming full circle and that karma will be served. If someone has done you really wrong or has hurt you in a way that you didn't expect, I want you to know that in these next 3 months, they are going to get a little taste of their own medicine, and you will be able to kind of watch that from afar. And this is not something that you wished upon them, it's something that's just happening. But at the end of the day, like, you know what it's like to be hurt. So of course, you're just going to sit back, watch, and be quiet about the situation. In the Knight of Swords, I can see here that you are the type of person who stands up for the underdog. So you would rather invest your energy and time in new connections and fighting for what's right with people who would do the same for you, rather than trying to change someone's opinion about you or kind of make someone see how worthy that you are. If you've ever been in a situationship, group number 4, then you know what it feels like to be in this space where you feel undervalued, where you feel as though you're seeing someone and you're putting your heart and soul into it. You want to solidify the connection, but they are doing everything possible to keep it a situationship. They are avoiding speaking about the future. They're avoiding making plans long term, introducing you to their family, talking about moving in together, children, all of these types of things. And I want you to know here that there's no point in trying to convince somebody like that or do better, show yourself from your best side possible. They will not see it, they will not get it because they don't want you and they've already decided. You're better off investing your time and energy in someone who sees your value and wants to see even more in it, rather than someone who you feel like you constantly have to convince or constantly need to like show what you're worthy of. Next up, we have got the Nine of Earth. Now within the Nine of Earth, I see that in the next 3 months you're going to be receiving a lot of the things that you intuitively know should be for you. It could be a bonus that you know you've earned and deserved from your work. It could also be a gift that you kind of have always wanted and it's coming towards you in the next 3 months, group number 4. But I definitely want you to learn to accept these things gracefully and not feel awkward. It's your time to receive, and it's definitely also your time to shine when it comes to being the center of attention, especially if you've got a birthday going on within these next 3 months or a big celebration. It could be a graduation, it could be something big that you've accomplished, purchasing a home or a vehicle. Let yourself be celebrated. Here within the Three of Water, this is a time to party, to enjoy your life. The next 3 months are meant to be restorative. They're meant to be very social months where you go out and you enjoy your time with other people, where you party a little bit, not too much, but you can have a little drink, you can enjoy yourself. Don't be so hard on your body and what it looks like. Don't feel like you don't want to overdress or do too much or be over the top. These next 3 months are the months for you to do that, for you to be over the top, for you to live life to the absolute max. I see here within the 10 of Earth that you will find a lot of completion in the earthly realm. So projects wrapping up, finishing things that you've always wanted to do financially, economically, and in your career. And like, it's actually time to look at a new project to start, a new venture. This could be starting your own business. Maybe you've always wanted to work with or on social media like I do, or have an online store like I do, sell crystal jewelry, online courses. Maybe it's something completely different. Maybe you want a career change and to go back to school to study something new and to try things in a completely new field that you've never explored before. And I see here within Destiny that these next 3 months are going to open up and uncover to you what your life's work is, should be, and what your destiny as a human being is going to look like. I want you to know here, group 4, that your destiny will unravel to you in a way that you didn't expect, but in a way that you feel is intuitively really right. We've got this third eye opening here for you. The Chariot, which shows quick forward movement. The Ace of Swords shows new ideas, fresh beginnings mentally, and seeing yourself in a completely different light. So these next 3 months will be life-changing for you, group number 4. And they will make a huge impact on the path that you're taking in your life. And here within the Page of Coins, which is actually a repeat card because we already had the Page of Coins here within your Squid Cake tarot deck, it shows that, yeah, you might be starting off completely fresh or at zero financially. And with this new thing that you're doing job-wise, you don't really know what you're doing. You're a rookie, you're a beginner, but know that everyone had to start somewhere, and starting from zero is not a negative thing. You bring experience from past ventures and from past jobs that you've had to the table and to the plate. So while you may feel like you're starting at zero, you're never actually really starting at zero. Just the fact that you can read, write, that you can calculate things, do math, for example. This is all, remind yourself, something you had to learn over years and decades that you bring to the table, and it doesn't go without say. There are a lot of people on planet Earth who don't have a lot of the knowledge and talents and skills that you do. So know that just because you're starting something and you're new at it and you have a lot to learn, it doesn't mean that you're not good at it and that you don't have an immense amount of potential to become the best. Next up, we've got the Knight of Cups, which does show here that you're fiercely filling up your cup. You're fiercely affirming to yourself your capabilities, not just what you want in life, but also who you are. So you're not afraid to compliment yourself. You're not afraid to be kind to yourself. And we love seeing this, group number 4. I am so glad to see within your reading that within these next 4 months, you are pushing yourself, you believe in yourself. And while you're starting new things, especially professionally speaking, it is not intimidating you to the point that it's hard for you to move or to take action. Now, group 4, this is the first part of your prediction that we've received for you. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. If you did, don't forget to leave a little sweet emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you belong to group 4, because the only way you would know to leave that emoji is if you watch the reading all the way to the end. So now we'll move into your zodiac signs portion of this prediction. So what you need to do now is scroll down into the description box or to the top of the comment section, then click your zodiac sign and you'll be fast forwarded to the second, even more intricate part of your reading. I'll catch you over at your zodiac signs portion of this prediction. Hello, my beautiful Aries babies. Welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 3-month prediction. So let's see what's happening for my beautiful Aries 3 months from the moment of you clicking on this reading. So let's get into it, shall we? We've got the 4 of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Moon. Allow me to explain to you what this means for your upcoming 3 months. So in the 4 of Cups, know here that you will have this feeling of being the odd one out, like you're the black sheep of the family and of the friend circle. You feel as though nobody really gets what you're going through, because here in the Page of Wands, you're having this burst of creativity. It's almost like you are very obsessed with what you feel like you're meant to do in life. So you're finding your purpose, you're finding your destiny, you're finding a career path that you want to be on. Just like I'm, for example, very obsessed with tarot, spirituality, numerology. I often felt like nobody got it, nobody understood the vision. Before I even published my first tarot deck, when I told friends and family that I wanted to do that, they were kind of skeptical. They were like, yeah, you know, you can try, but I could tell they didn't really think it would work out. But I was obsessed. I was like you here, my beautiful Aries babies. I was just prancing around thinking to myself, I have found what I want to do, and I will find a way to do it, regardless of how this makes me feel in this moment. I know what my real calling is and that it will fulfill me. I see here within the Moon that you are extremely connected to your intuition and your natural instincts. And these next 3 months, you will be able to kind of follow your life's purpose, even when you sometimes feel like it's a lonely path, which honestly speaking, it is, my beautiful Aries babies, but that's okay, because remind yourself that the people who you look up to, whether it is an athlete, whether it is an entrepreneur, whether it is a musician or an entertainer, they are the one who brought themselves to that point. Yes, they may have had support, but remind yourself they're the one at the top. They're the one who have made history, not everyone surrounding them. So you have to follow your passion if you want to be the odd one out positively. You sometimes have to accept that you'll be the odd one out in a way that makes you feel kind of lonely and makes you feel like people don't quite get it. Next up, we've got the Knight of Cups. You are stronger than you've given yourself credit for, my beautiful Aries babies. You are the type of person that can get through anything, and this inner strength comes from a place of having had to have been a old soul, a strong, very mature person, someone who already growing up had probably more responsibilities and more on their shoulders than their peers who were the same age. And I see here within the Queen of Wands that this has made you someone who can overcome any obstacle, who can go through absolutely anything and come out the other side triumphantly and victoriously. You've got the drive, you've got the passion, you've got this fire burning within you. And I want you to know, in connectivity to the Moon, that you're really finding yourself in these next 3 months. These next 3 months for my beautiful Aries babies are transformative. They will allow you to really understand who you are, who you're becoming, and where you're going. Remind yourself that as an Aries, you are ruled by Mars. And Mars is the planet of pioneering, of taking initiative and being assertive, doing things. And that's what I see here for the next 3 months for you. We've got healing as well. So while there's a lot of doing, a lot of putting yourself out there, you may have a few scrapes ailments and just scratches that you need to heal, that you need to tend to. You will have to lick some battle wounds along these next 3 months, and that's okay. Know here within healing that we all have a certain amount of healing to do, and even when we think we're done, there's often still more to uncover and still more to deal with, to heal through. And I want you to know here within the 5 of air that you have everything that you need within. Don't look externally for something that isn't necessary, that you already possess. And know here, my gorgeous Aries babies, that these next 3 months will bring you healing when you're looking for it the least. So when you're the most kind of in your grind and you feel like you don't need healing, you don't need anything, you're going to feel this sensation of just overall more lightness, more airiness within you, and feeling like some heavy burdens and feelings have been lifted and like they're gone for good. Next up, within the mother, I do see here that for the next 3 months, there is mother healing that's possible. If you've got a strained relationship with your mother, this is a time in which you will slowly but surely get closer. And these next 3 months are also going to help you find out who is becoming a mother around you. Now, this may affect you directly, my gorgeous Aries babies. Of course, it's important that you take necessary precautions if this is not something that's within your plans or not something that you're looking to do right now. But also know here that the birth or the conception of a new idea is often depicted in the mother as well. Now, the Knight of Cups shows me, well, a pretty cute water sign that's coming towards you. This could be a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces. This is someone who feels very strongly, but also knows how to protect their feelings so they don't get hurt constantly. But they will tell you what they're going through and how they feel, and they have a great relationship with their mother. They are very close to her, and this is the type of person with whom you know, for example, a future in a romantic relationship would be very positive because they respect and love their own mother a lot, so you know that they will respect and love you a lot, my gorgeous Aries babies. Next up, we've got the 8 of Pentacles. You're making amazing progress when it comes to your career. You're spending a lot of time just away from partying too much to kind of focus on gaining knowledge and gaining your skills. So while you will go out every now and then, if there's, for example, an important festivity, a work gathering, or a birthday, you will appear to that and you'll have the best time. But then you'll get right back into work mode, right back into focusing, right back into doing what needs to be done in order to really become the best at your craft. That's your goal for these next 3 months because, as mentioned, you are obsessed with your life's purpose. You know what journey you're on. You are on the right path, all of my gorgeous Aries babies, and all you need to do is follow through and make sure that you keep that energy pumping. So my beautiful Aries babies, you have received your Aries portion of this prediction. I hope that you enjoyed the portion that you got to pick from during the intro of this video with the 4 groups, as well as now your horoscope reading, and combining these makes for a super personalized psychic prediction. Please do leave a flame emoji below in the comment section if you made it all the way to the end to let me and others know that you're an Aries baby and that you watched to the end, because that's the only way you would know. And yeah, I'd like to thank you so much for being here. I'm sending you so much love. I wish you an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello all my beautiful Taurus babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 3-month prediction. I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 during the intro of this video, but now let's get into this even more detailed part of your reading where we talk all things Taurus. I'll be getting straight into your prediction using this below the surface oracle deck in order to help guide us through what's going on in the next 3 months for you. First up, we've got the psychedelic frogfish, which brings a message of conscious filtering. In these next 3 months, what this means is that you are very careful about what you're consuming. You're not going to be constantly watching the news, checking social media. You might even delete your social media, delete news apps, and completely turn your head the other way from any of these outlets, because you want to be completely conscious of what you're taking in. If you put on your TV or the news every morning, if you check social media every single morning, it can have a negative effect on your mental health. If you're comparing yourself, if you're constantly seeing negative news, negative messages that are going around all across the globe, it can really start your day on a Debbie Downer note already, and you're becoming very conscious of all of these little details because you want to make the most of your experiences in life. You want to have as much energy as possible, and you can't have your energy drained by the media you're consuming. It should be adding to your life. So you're very protective of your assets, and believe it or not, your time and your energy is probably your most valuable asset, because it doesn't matter how much money, fame, or power that you have. If you don't protect your health as well as your energy, all of that's going to fade away. And the only dream that everybody in a hospital has, whether they're rich, poor, whether they're famous or regular, they all just want their health. And I see here within Protect Your Assets that this is something you're prioritizing. You understand the worth, the value of these immaterial assets. So these assets that are not quantifiable, that are not money, for example. Okay, time is kind of quantifiable, but you know what I mean. These assets that are not material but are still so important and invaluable, and you're not going to be careless with health that you have worked hard to regain. Especially if you have had a hard time with your health, if you have gained or lost a lot of weight in your life, I want you to know here that you are making sure that you stay in a space that is healthy for you so you can make the most of all your experiences. Another interesting thing that we have here in the psychedelic frogfish, numerologically speaking, we've got the number 42, and here with the parrotfish, we've got the number 21. So exactly half of the psychedelic frogfish's number, that's what the parrotfish corresponds to. So we do have half of you that is making sure that you are protecting your assets, that you're protecting yourself. Let's see what the other half is doing. So the other half is the Dumbo octopus, which corresponds to the number 13, which is a prime number, so it stops there. And I want you to know here within the Dumbo octopus, you're not chasing, you're just attracting what you desire. You're attracting the things that you want. You're attracting the partnerships that you want, the relationships, the work opportunities. And you know that the healthier and more in line that you are with your calling, with what you're meant to do in this lifetime, the more everything will just fall into place as it should. Next up, we've got justice for you. So my gorgeous Taurus babies, you are finding balance in these next 3 months. You are finding a way to balance your private life as well as your career and your love life. I also want you to understand here within justice that this is a symbol of being diplomatic. You're getting up when you need to get up. You're doing the stuff that just inevitably needs to be done. Justice also corresponds to the number 11. So if you continuously see the number 11 or 111, know that this relates to the justice card for these next 3 months in your life. And it is pointing you to continue going in that direction where you see the number 111. If you see it at work and you're feeling tired, allow that number to motivate you. If you see it at the checkout when you're purchasing something, know that purchasing things that are healthy, spending money on things that make you feel good without going over the top with it, that is what needs to be done here within the next 3 months. With the Two of Swords reversed, I can see here that decision making happens very easily for you in these next 3 months. You are not overthinking. You're not asking yourself whether you're making the right choices or not. The next 3 months are actually increasing your self-confidence. The next 3 months are making you feel as though you are in a space where you're not so hard on yourself anymore. You know precisely what you want and how to get there. Now it's just about taking action. The Two of Fire shows me here that you've got this dynamic duo situation going on. You'll be working very closely with another person to have this healthier lifestyle be something that becomes the new norm and a habit. Now, you may be working with a family member very closely. It could even be a parent. So you're both kind of quitting drinking, smoking, under-exercising, overeating. It could also be a romantic partner with whom you're really starting on a fresh note. You're not waiting till the end of the year. You're not waiting till a birthday, till a specific date. You are just starting. These next 3 months for you are about accomplishing, not just talking. It's about walking the walk, not just talking the talk. You are definitely doing more than you're thinking. Here with the Page of Wands, I can see that this action shows up as this flame, this spark, something that ignites within you. And some people may think you're being a little bit naive, a little bit too like positive thinking, woo-woo, and a little crazy, if you will, but your thinking really does affect your actions, and for you, it is so important to manifest, to think in alignment with the life that you would like to create. And the Page of Wands does show here that the more you do that, the more you will find success within this method for yourself. The Five of Wands here shows that there is some competition in the next 3 months of people trying to get what you have. People want the opportunities that you've created for yourself. They want the life that you've manifested, the relationships. They want the assets, the money, the clothes, the bags, the shoes, the things that you own, the things that you worked very hard to get, the zip code, the car. You know what I mean, my beautiful Taurus babies. So be very wary of people who are kind of low-key jealous of you. Keep your friends close. Don't keep the enemies closer. I know the popular saying is all about keeping your friends close and your enemies closer. Keep the enemies far away, and know here that for the next 3 months, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. And this conscious filtering that we've got in the psychedelic frogfish, which I know may seem very counterintuitive for someone who works on social media to tell you to get off of social media, but trust me, the healthiest thing you can do for yourself is temporarily delete it, is to post and remove yourself, and to not even spend too much time on social media, but instead go out into the nature, spend time with friends and family, be in the moment. So my beautiful Taurus babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section how you enjoyed this reading by leaving a 4-leaf clover emoji below. That way we are not just manifesting luck and abundance, but you're also letting me know that you made it to the end of your reading. I'd like to thank you so much for being here and spending this divine time and space with me. And I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming predictions. Hello, all my beautiful Gemini babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your prediction, where we figure out what's coming towards you in these next 3 months. So let's see precisely what's happening for my Gemini babies. First up, we've got the Magician as well as the Empress. What's coming towards you in these next 3 months is very fertile grounds for new creations. The Empress is a card of fertility, so think quite literal fertility, okay? Conceiving is something that is very possible and probable in these next 3 months when it comes to you or those very close to you, as this is the type of energy we've got for my Geminis. And within the Magician, we have a tarot card that has the number 1 as its main numerological focal point. And the number 1 means new beginnings, new kind of ventures, as well as initiation and creativity taking place. So the next 3 months for you are going to be 3 months of building, of creating, of designing a life that makes you feel proud. And I see here within the Fool, which is the very first card of the major arcana of the tarot, it also corresponds to the number 0, that you will be starting some completely new ventures. You will be starting from 0. It's a new beginning, it's a new time, a fresh cycle within your life, and these next 3 months are going to be very meaningful in the long term. So my gorgeous Geminis, focus on yourself, focus on ensuring that you're creating a type of existence that makes you proud. Next up, we've got the Strength card, and one thing I've noticed up until this point, so far we've only had major arcana cards of the tarot, and there are only 22 major arcana cards within a tarot deck. The remaining 56 are minor arcana cards, and we've had cards from 0 up until 10. The Fool corresponds to 0, the Empress to the number 3, the Magician to the number 1. Now the Strength card corresponds to the number 8. We've had numbers that are below 10 all of the major arcana, all very meaningful life events that are going to be happening in the next 3 months for you. That's what this stands for, because all of these cards do represent big events that will affect you in the long term, not mundane day-to-day things, but here in the Strength card, you really finding your drive, your strength, and a lot more capability within you than you ever knew possible. And this kind of like drive to get things done, this excitement, this inspiration in you to be the person you've always wanted to be. Next up, we've got the Two of Wands for you. And the Two of Wands for you, my Geminis, I can see that you're making decisions very quickly, very rapidly. So whenever you've got to do something, you just decide instantly whether this is the decision that you're going to stick with for the next 10 years or just 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. You just decide, you execute, and then you see whether it works out. Next up, within the Wheel of Fortune, this brings you a lot of quick forward movement, and it allows for things to flow. Because when you overthink your decision making, of course, you may make quote unquote better decisions, but at the same time, you're also very slow to take opportunities and to go for it, right? So here within the Wheel of Fortune, I see that these next 3 months are meant to be quick, witty, and interesting for you. Next up, we've got the Three of Pentacles reversed. Now, the Three of Pentacles reversed shows that this is a solo road. These next 3 months, you're going to be doing a lot of things by yourself out of your own strength. So even if you're working with others in a group, it still feels like it's a bit of a solo project because the pushing force is you, the driving force is you. You're like the motor of a car, basically, in these next 3 months, my gorgeous Geminis. And everyone is kind of looking to you for inspiration. Everyone is kind of looking at how you're doing things, how you're coping, what kind of steps you're taking forward. So you've got a lot of responsibility on you these next 3 months and a lot of eyes on you. Here within the Justice card, know that this is actually some spot in which you feel comfortable. These next 3 months, it's not going to be too much pressure for you. It's not going to be too much of anything for you, actually. You feel pretty comfortable and balanced being in this position where you have a lot of responsibility because you know what you're doing, where you're going, and what you'd like to accomplish. I see here within the King of Wands that we have that reiterated for you. The King of Wands is someone who has authoritative energy, who others look up to, others seek help and advice from the King of Wands. You are this King of Wands for the next 3 months. You're the person who has got this torch, this kind of initiation power to start things. You've got the drive, the energy, and you are meant to be a leader through and through for these next 3 months, my gorgeous Geminis. So this was the Gemini portion of your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and that you found it insightful, fun, and that you enjoyed this bite-sized reading where we get straight to the point on what's important for you in these next 3 months. Don't forget that you can find all of my Double the Attention rings below in the description box on my website, Life. This is the citrine, this is the sunstone, the carnelian, this is moonstone, amethyst, and aquamarine. They all ship from Switzerland. So if you would like some natural, very unique crystal rings that can fit any finger size, you know where to find them. So my beautiful Gemini babies, wherever you are in this world, I'm wishing you a beautiful day or night, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all of my beautiful Cancerians, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your pick a card prediction about the next 3 months of your life and what your destiny is going to be. So I'm going to get straight into it for all my fellow water signs with this below the surface oracle deck, which has all oceanic creatures, which is very fitting for your element. So let's get straight into it. We've got the oarfish. So in these next 3 months, you are going to be asked to be the bigger person. And remind yourself that your kindness is your strength. The oarfish is leaving any confrontational situation that he or she may have had with these little crabs. And it's kind of funny, since we are crabs, right? You are a Cancerian, that the crabs are the little troublemakers. So even if you are on the troublemaker side here in the next 3 months, I can definitely see that it's important for you to kind of just let go, even if you've got hurt, even even if you've got grief, even if there are things that you feel you want to talk out or hash out with a certain person, be the bigger person if you know that you're dealing with someone who isn't capable of compassion, of empathy, of understanding what they did wrong and how they can improve in the future. There are some people who are committed to misunderstanding you, and it is important that you don't waste all your time and energy on those people and relationships. Next up, we've got the spiny seahorse for you. Reversed roles. Live your own traditions, values, and norms. These next 3 months are going to show you a different side when it comes to the values that you grew up with. I want you to know here within the spiny seahorse that the next 3 months are going to be different. They're going to be new and challenging. If, for example, you grew up in a traditional household where the male was the breadwinner and the female stayed at home, you're going to be finding more and more that actually you have the potential to wear the pants, to be the breadwinner if you identify as female, and that these roles are changing. They're not just reversing, but you're kind of figuring out for yourself what you desire. And it doesn't matter whether you fit into the traditional gender roles or just roles that society has taught you up until this point. And I see in the flying Gurnard that emotions will run high, and you have to ask yourself if it's worth it to get into it with a family member or a friend who maybe is not wired to be as open as you are or as understanding as you are. Ask yourself if it's worth putting your emotions into any of these types of discussions, or whether you're better off continuing on a path that suits you, where maybe you've got reversed roles, but it just works. Just like with the spiny seahorse, or just seahorses in general, where the male carries out the pregnancy, and obviously this beautiful species is still alive, so it's worked for them through evolution. In the Four of Wands, I see that 3 months from now, you will find yourself in a way more stable situation than you're currently in. And this stability comes from you not waiting for someone to save you, but instead saving yourself, doing things for you, my beautiful Cancerian. And understanding here that you also don't need someone to fulfill you. You can already be fulfilled in yourself. And if there's anyone who's coming into your life, romantic or platonic or business-wise, they need to enrich your life. They need to bring something to the table. I see here within the Hanged Man, again, we've got this role reversal, we've got this upside down kind of vibe, and know here within the Hanged Man that you're seeing things from a different perspective than you have. These 3 months are going to completely change how you see the world, how you view yourself, and your capabilities. You're going to see that you're capable of a lot of things that you didn't know. For example, if you always thought that there's a certain kind of person who can change a tire, or a certain kind of person who's very good at business, accounting, and you didn't fit that mold, these next 3 months are going to show you that you do in fact fit that mold. You can in fact do all of those things. And it's not rocket science. It's not something that's too difficult for you to be good at. And I see here within the Queen of Swords that really you've kind of just been operating at maybe 60% of your capacity. And in the next 3 months, you're realizing you've got so much more to give, so much more of yourself that is of value to this world, to those around you, that you have yet to express and show and lean into. So the next 3 months are going to show you just what you've been missing out on when it comes to all of your hidden talents and skills. And hey, better sooner rather than never at all, right? Even if you wish that this epiphany would have come at an earlier point in your life, better now than never. Next up, we've got the Page of Wands for you. So my beautiful Cancerians, the Page of Wands shows us that you've got this young, fresh, bubbly energy to you, even when things are tense or it is a very mature topic of conversation. You are the type of person who brings fun to the table, who brings lighthearted energy with them, and that others want to be around. But I see that whenever you give a lot, you also need so much time to recover. The Hermit shows me that you are naturally a huge introvert, and this fits very well for Cancerians. I know what it's like. My fellow crab sisters and brothers, the Hermit shows that you'll need a lot of alone time, a lot of time just for yourself, to step away from the world, step away from your responsibilities, and simply take time to regain your strength, read an amazing book, catch up on some Netflix series or any other series that you've been missing out on. It is so important that you don't forget to fill up your own cup while you're worried about doing things for others and providing value, because of course, if you don't fill up your own cup, how can you pour into someone else's? But you've got this all covered and figured out. There's nothing to be worried about for the next 3 months for you, my gorgeous crab brothers and sisters. So I'd like to thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. Don't forget, you can find all of my double D attention rings on my website for as long as they last. I'm pretty sure I only have one sunstone ring left. So this is citrine, this is sunstone, this is carnelian. Here we've got the moonstone, we've got amethyst, as well as aquamarine, but there are also other crystal rings available, not just these ones, but these are just some of my favorites. I absolutely love these rings because you guys always ask me where my rings are from, so now you know. All of my beautiful Cancerians, thank you so much for being here, for spending this divine time and space with me. Wherever you are, I'm wishing you an amazing day and night, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Leo babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your Pick a Card Tarot reading about the upcoming 3 months of your life. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of this prediction where you got to pick from the 4 groups during the intro of this video, but now let's talk all things Leo. So first we've got the 5 of Swords as well as the Hermit. So I see that for the next 3 months, you're going to take a lot of time to just step away from anything that bothers you in this world. For example, putting your social media on mute, even temporarily disabling or kind of deleting some of your accounts so you can't scroll through Instagram feeds anymore, Facebook feeds, whatever it is that you're using, just so you can cultivate some peace and that you're not comparing yourself and your lifestyle to what you see on the internet, because a lot of it is not real. A lot of it is fabricated, and comparison is definitely the root of a lot of suffering. And I see that you are coming to realize that there's so many things that you don't need. I see here within the 8 of Cups, you're taking on a very minimalist approach. So literally doing more recycling, doing a lot of decluttering, getting rid of things that you haven't used in over a year, and just overall looking to find a simpler way of life that fulfills you more and is just allowing for more time and space to share with friends and family and to actually be present rather than constantly cleaning, reorganizing, or even living in a chaotic environment where there's just too much going on. So a very minimalist approach to your decor, to even your fridge, your foods, the things that you eat, not overcooking, overspending on food, making sure you're using what you have and that you're eating a lot of raw things as well. So you're getting as many vitamins and minerals as you can. And I see here within the 3 of Wands that this allows you to see the future as super bright and a future that you look forward to. You've got your hand on where you want to go, and you've also got 2 supporting options here. So these 3 wands are kind of representative of you looking forward, grabbing life kind of by the horns, if you will, and also having people there to support you, and this mindset of growth and understanding that some days you'll be better, you'll be healthier, you'll be more motivated, and you'll get more things done, and other days you might struggle a little, but it's okay. Hey, you're going to manage at the end of the day to create the type of environment that you desire. Here within the Hanged Man, I can see that you're changing your perspective when it comes to what you want things to be like in your life. You're understanding more and more how so much of media is fake and is not real, and that a lot of times true happiness is found in these moments that never make it to a timeline. And I see here within the Hanged Man also that rather than worrying that you haven't accomplished all of the things that you wanted to at this point in time during this year, this age, because I do see that many times you've thought to yourself, okay, now I'm 20, now I'm 25, I'm 30, I'm 50, however old it is that you are, and you thought that by this time you would have accomplished more, and that can sometimes really make you feel bad or make you feel like you're not doing as well as you should be. But I can see that you're completely shifting your perspective to reminding yourself that a lot of the things you have now are things you hoped, wished, and dreamed for 3, 4, 5 years ago. And I see here within the Seven of Coins that while you focus on gratitude and on what you have already accomplished, you can create even more abundance, even more things to be proud of. Because when you focus on lack, if that's where your energy goes and your attention goes, that is also what you'll attract back into your life, because you're focused on the lack, not on the abundance, right? So the Five of Wands here also shows me that the next 3 months, there will be some people who are kind of competing for what you have. So this could be your job position. It could also be, for example, the romantic partner that you've chosen, especially if you have someone around you who is conventionally pretty attractive, or they're just pretty cute. They have a great personality. There are definitely other people who are seeing this and who are a little jealous or envious of your life, my beautiful Leo babies, and also your confidence. That's a big thing as a Leo. Your personality, your confidence, the fact that you are very unafraid. This is something that a lot of people wish they had within them. A lot of people wish that they had your personality, believe it or not, okay? And this is definitely something in the next 3 months that you will come to realize. You haven't given your personality enough credit. It deserves so much more. I see here within the Knight of Wands, which is the Knight of Fire signs basically, as the suit of Wands corresponds to the element of fire. It is also a masculine suit because we've got this phallic symbol here, this masculine symbol of the wands. So this is your card, my beautiful Leos. You are a fire sign. And I see you riding towards the sun, getting things done, feeling like these are just my 3 months, right? You're smiling, you're laughing, you're triumphant, and you're in your zone. You are in a flow state. So these next 3 months are looking very favorable for my Leo babies, who are also coincidentally ruled by the sun. And look how many sun symbols we've got. We've got here within the Eight of Wands, we've got a sun. Within the Knight of Wands, we've got the sun. Then here within the Three of Wands again, we've had so many Wands cards show up, right? The 8, the 3, and the Five of Wands, and just overall a lot of symbolism from your guides that this reading was meant for you, that these messages are yours. I see here within the Seven of Wands, again, the wand symbol for you, that you feel like there's a lot coming towards you, and this kind of need to also defend yourself, to say stop, to make sure that you're taking charge of your itinerary and your schedule, and people can't just kind of double, triple, quadruple book you. So you're making sure that you're saying no to things as well, as we have depicted here in the Seven of Wands, because you understand that if you don't say no to things, people will just use and use and use you till there's nothing left. And this is not because they have any ill intent. It's just how the world works. For example, if I were to do free personal readings for everybody who DMs me and emails me every single day, the dozens of people, I would have no time to make YouTube videos for all of you guys. I would have no time to eat, to sleep, to even use the bathroom probably. So I have to say no. I have to create boundaries. And that is what I mean here with the Seven of Wands and what you're doing, my gorgeous Leo babies. It's nothing bad. It's nothing selfish. It's nothing like you're being mean or anything. You're just protecting yourself and you're prioritizing. And that's one thing that we all need to learn, and that's very important for your well-being. So my beautiful Leo baby, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed it, and because you always ask me where I get my crystal rings from, these are from my brand Bow Life. They are fully adjustable, so they will fit any finger size. We've got the citrine, the sunstone, the carnelian. Of the sunstone, I only have one left at the point of me making this video, so if you want the sunstone, don't say I didn't tell you. Then we've got moonstone, amethyst, and aquamarine over here, but there's also labradorite, black obsidian. I've got lots of different natural crystal rings in my store, and they all ship worldwide, so don't say I didn't tell you so. And they ship worldwide, so I don't want to see any comments about where my rings are from. You know precisely where to find them. So my beautiful Leos, whether it's day or night where you are, I wish you a fantastic time. Take care of yourself, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Virgo babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 3-month prediction and psychic reading. I hope that you enjoyed choosing part 1 during the intro of this video, but now we're going to talk all things Virgo. Let's get straight into your reading. First up, we've got the Death/Rebirth card. This is not a card or a message to be afraid of at all. The snake is representative of shedding your old skin. The cosmic egg shows that there is so much opportunity in this rebirth and fresh cycle that is the next 3 months of your life and your existence. And the skulls obviously show death and leaving the old version of you behind, which is very necessary in order to evolve, to become better, to be more fulfilled, and to find your truest, highest potential. Next up, we've got the Child. So you're having a lot of fun, my beautiful Virgo babies. You've got this childlike sense of wonderment going for you. You're doing all of the things that your inner child wants to do or you were never allowed to do as a kid. Maybe that's staying up late and eating ice cream all night. Maybe that is, for example, going out to ride a bike once again, a scooter. Maybe that's just painting for an entire Sunday and hanging all these paintings up all over the house. Know here within the Child that sometimes little pleasures that we were not allowed to engage in, they come back even as adults. And when we actually do those things that we've always wanted to, it is like healing yourself, healing your inner child, truly. Next up within the Crone, you're taking the lead and complete responsibility. You're creating magic in these next 3 months. You don't care if stereotypically you're too old or you shouldn't be doing certain things and in society it's taboo or not normal. You are doing what is right for you, what heals you, what makes you feel good, and what allows you to truly live life to the fullest extent while feeling like there's nothing you are denying yourself of anymore, and you don't have someone who has the power over you to deny you of things, such as, for example, a guardian, right? A parent, a teacher who's denying you of feeling safe, of feeling comfortable, and of doing something that you've wanted to do. Sometimes it's for good reason. Sometimes it's not the right time, or certain people can't afford to allow you to do things. But sometimes there are also situations in which, as a child, sadly, we were denied of something that we should have had, and we need to go back for it later in life just to satiate and satisfy that part of ourselves. In the Ace of Wands, I can see here that the more you do the things you've always wanted to do, the more you have ideas on how you can build on that and have even more of these experiences that you feel like you missed out on. So you can rest assured that you're making the most of your life. Like if tomorrow was your last day, you would feel like you did everything you could to live life to the fullest. And I see here in the Page of Cups that the next 3 months you're going to be pretty emotional. You're maybe even going to cry a couple times unexpectedly because you're just so grateful and thankful for the opportunity to now have full control and power over your decision making and what happens in your experience on this earthly plane. So I do definitely see for you, my Libra babies, that while you have a very diplomatic side, there is also a side of you that just needs to let loose and have fun, and you're allowing that. You're making space and time for it. The Strength card shows me that this will make you stronger as a person overall, as a whole. I want you to know here within this infinity symbol that that is something no one can ever take away from you. Material things, sure, people can take away, they can break, spoil, be stolen, whatever, but when it comes to who you are on the inside, the lessons you've learned, the strength you've gained, and the wisdom that is crystallized pain that you went through to acquire, nobody can ever take that away from you. And that is something that is so invaluable, and you're gaining so much of in these next 3 months. Now here within the Two of Swords, I see that it is your destiny to make decisions based on your intuition and your gut feeling. These next 3 months are not going to be rational 3 months. You may meet someone that you're interested in, romantically speaking. Rationally, they're not the one. Maybe they come from a completely different demographic and background, where one would say that you and them don't go together, like the Lady and the Tramp kind of story, right? People from two completely different worlds, but somehow it still works out, like a Cinderella story, if you will. And I do see here that rather than listening to your rational mind, you're just going with your instinct that is telling you to give things a chance, to give unlikely to work scenarios an opportunity. And I see here within the 10 of Coins that that will be the most fruitful thing you can do for yourself for these next 3 months, to give opportunities and people a real chance if it feels like this could be something, like this could be right, my beautiful Virgo babies. Don't allow for anyone to talk you out of what feels so right and so necessary. Do it, and I promise you, you won't regret it. So my gorgeous Virgo babies, this is the second part to your prediction that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Don't forget that you can find all of my double D attention rings below. They're linked in the description box. We've got citrine, we've got sunstone. This is the last one as I'm filming. We've got carnelian, moonstone, amethyst, as well as aquamarine that I'm wearing today, but I have so many other crystal ring styles. These double D attention rings are fully adjustable, so they'll fit any finger. So for all of you who keep asking me where I get my rings from, the link is in the description box. My gorgeous Virgos, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your 3-month prediction. So let's talk all things Libra. I hope that you enjoyed choosing the first part of your reading during the intro of this video. But now we'll get into even more details about what's coming towards you within the next 3 months. So for one, we've got the 4 of Coins as well as the 10 of Cups. So I can see in this combination that in the next 3 months, you will find so much happiness and gratitude in your family and home life as well as your love life. And you will stop seeing any areas of lack as being as bad as they feel to you right now. And by areas of lack, I mean you being hard on yourself for not having X amount of dollars in your bank, for not having accomplished everything that you've maybe wanted to by this age and time in your life professionally, but also maybe in your private life. I see that you're easing up on yourself here a month from now, 3 months from now, and just enjoying life as is, and seeing that the most important thing is how you make people feel, the relationship you have with yourself, as well as how much time you spend with your loved ones. And you're not being so hard on yourself anymore for material accomplishments, what you have been able to do, and what is still kind of outstanding, if you will. Next up, we've got the Lovers for you. Now, here within the Lovers, I can see that you're for sure in a very intimate, close connection where you and the person that you're with are growing simultaneously. I see in connectivity to the 10 of Cups You're building a home, a family. You don't care whether that comes with a huge mansion or whether you live in a very simple way. That's what I see here connected to the Four of Coins. You'd actually kind of rather live simpler and have more money saved or invested in a way that you receive returns over the years rather than playing as though you've got this lavish lifestyle. That is just so not you. I see that within the next 3 months, you're becoming so much more confident and secure in yourself that you don't have to prove anything to anybody, my beautiful Libra babies. And you're just focused on your loved ones and your family and the goals that you have for the future that you would like to create for yourself. Being ruled by Venus, which is the planet of beauty as well as balance, affection, I want you to know that these next 3 months are going to be filled with love, both platonic as well as romantic love for you. And the African lionfish shows us here that you are placing your attention on gratitude. Like we mentioned at the start of this reading, it's really incredible how your guides are actually here with us. We just were speaking of gratitude, and here within the African lionfish, you're definitely practicing this, and you've got the power of choice, the choice, focus on gratitude, to focus on what you've got rather than allowing yourself to focus on lack or this mindset of always lacking something. Because I see here within the parrotfish that you understand that protecting your assets is important. You won't be careless with what you've worked hard for. That's also what the Four of Coins stands for. Being frugal, saving, not spending money unnecessarily, but also protecting your sanity and your health. Because it doesn't matter how wealthy you are or how much material items that you own. If you're unwell physically, for example, or mentally, you'll only have one wish: to be good, to be healthy, to be able to thrive again. So I see that you understand that there are so many things that are way more valuable than things or money. Next up, within the Flying Gurnard, I see here that 3 months from now, emotions are running high and you are asking yourself if it is worth it, but it probably is. I see that emotions are running so high because a lot is changing and solidifying in your private life. You're planning a future ahead, thinking of a home, a family, settling down, where you want to spend the next years of your life, and with whom you want to be in this connection with. So I do want you to know here that what comes for you in the next 3 months, my gorgeous Libras, are big life choices and doing the things you've always wanted to do. Within the child, you're nurturing your inner child and you're doing things that you were not allowed to do or that were kind of forbidden for you to do as a kid. And it could be something really simple like staying up all night enjoying your favorite shows and eating ice cream, for example. It could also be frolicking in the fields on the weekend, all day, all afternoon, and not having to check in with someone. It could also be finally engaging in that hobby that your parents always said that they didn't have the funds to support you with, or they didn't have the time, or maybe they never showed any interest. I see here within the Sensashal that you're taking complete control over your life and you're healing any of these wounds that you may have had or may have acquired as a kid, as a child, by actually fulfilling and living those dreams now and giving yourself the freedom to experience all of these quote-unquote missed opportunities or things you haven't gotten around to yet. You're doing them within the next 3 months, or at least you're starting to tick off the list of the many experiences that you have yet to live, my gorgeous Libras. So this is the second part of your prediction that I've received for you. I really hope that you've enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Please let me know below by leaving a fish emoji in the comment section. That way I know that you belong to the Libra fam, and everyone else knows as well. It's like our secret code, which you would only know if you are a Libra and you watched your reading all the way to the end. Furthermore, all of my crystal rings are linked below. We've got citrine, sunstone, carnelian. This is the last sunstone, by the way. Well, there's only one more. This is obviously mine, but what I'm trying to say is there's only one sunstone ring left of these fully adjustable rings. We've got moonstone, amethyst, as well as aquamarine. So the links to these are in the description box, and they ship worldwide because you guys always ask me where my crystal rings are from. So now you know. Don't want to see that question in the comment section, you guys. Save the comment section for the fish emojis. So my gorgeous Libras, I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for spending this divine time and space with me, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, all of my stunning Scorpio babies, and welcome to your reading about the next 3 months of your life. So let's get straight into it, my beautiful Scorpios. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of this prediction where you got to choose from the 4 groups that I introduced you to during the intro of the video. But now we'll talk all things Scorpio, which is ruled by Pluto, in case you didn't know. So first up, we've got the 10 of Air. I want you to know here in the 10 of Air card that you're going to find this inner peace within the next 3 months that you haven't experienced for a long time. Feeling as though you can finally look forward and leave some of the past traumas behind because you've either worked through them or you just know you will spend time healing. You don't have to allow it to affect every waking moment of yours. I see here within the Ace of Earth that what actually comes in these next 3 months is a new beginning when it comes to your professional life and your career. You may start your own business or something like your own YouTube channel, a business Instagram account where you create content or a website in which you can sell products that you're creating. Even joining Etsy, for example, and kind of selling some handmade creations is another thing that is possible here within the next 3 months. And for that, you need confidence. You need to be sure that you won't let for overthinking or fear of failure to get the best of you. So that's why I can see here within the 10 of Air that you're completely leaving that behind. Next up, within Perception, you are completely changing how your worldview looks. Also, the view that you have of yourself. I see within Perception that rather than doing so much from a logical standpoint or rational thinking, you're doing a lot more things from an intuitive standpoint, from a place of listening to your heart and that gut feeling. Now, love shows me here that the next 3 months are going to bring you a lot of love, and you're going to be giving and sharing a lot of love. These 3 months are going to be filled with a sensation of feeling held, of feeling like you belong and like you truly have a place in this world. And love is something that I think is often kind of sensationalized as being this romantic love that is the most important in our lives, but friendships and platonic love can be so important, even more important than any romantic love, as well as a love for children, for example, animals, family in general, community. I see here in the Ace of Cups that you're learning to love in different ways in these next 3 months. You're learning that you're one of those people who, of course, enjoys romantic love, but can also find so much value in platonic love and in different types of loves. Even just loving people, strangers on the street, that is just you taking your compassion as well as your spiritual journey to a whole new level. Next up, we've got the Two of Wands for you, my gorgeous Scorpios. This card shows that there are 2 opposing forces on 2 different sides, but together they kind of create magic. The Two of Wands is an explosive card, of course. It correlates to the Suit of Wands, which is the suit of fire, and having 2 opposites or 2 different sides kind of merge or meet will always come with some movement, with a little mini explosion, if you will, but it can be fun, and out of that we can create a third variant, something new, right? It's like when 2 different chemicals come together and they create something new, something that didn't exist before. Next up, we've got the King of Cups. Now, here in connectivity to the Two of Wands and creating something new with the King of Cups, it could be a new life that is created with someone who is a water sign, such as yourself, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Those are the water signs. And I want you to also know The King of Cups is a father figure, at least has that type of energy, regardless of who this person kind of identifies themselves as. And I want you to know in the King of Cups and the Ace of Cups, the Two of Wands, that there is a good chance that you and this person will be able to settle down and plan a future together. The Knight of Pentacles does show me that this might be a love triangle situation. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Earth signs. This could be a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. They are somehow in the mix as well, but it could also be extended family or even family from your side that is just kind of witnessing how your love life is progressing and how things overall are looking for you when it comes to relationships. They're a great support. I see here within the Queen of Swords, we've got someone who is a bit of a motherly type of figure, someone who is very respected, intelligent, and eloquent, who gives you a lot of tips and insight. So these next 3 months, you're going to be a bit of a student to people who came before you. But this is great because that means you will make a lot less mistakes moving forward. The Queen of Swords also is someone who can guide you when it comes to legal proceedings, when it comes to different things that can be challenging to deal with if you've never done it before, like accounting, for example. So it is very essential that in these next 3 months, you kind of just soak up all the knowledge that's coming your way, like a little sponge, my beautiful Scorpios, because you've got some valuable life lessons that you're most likely never going to forget and that will be useful for a very long time. So my gorgeous Scorpio babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it. Leave an owl emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you belong to the Scorpio fam and you were here. Furthermore, all of my crystal rings can be found on my website, bowlife.com. They all ship worldwide. We've got citrine, sunstone, carnelian, moonstone, amethyst, as well as aquamarine that I'm wearing right here, but I have more stones available in my store. These are just the ones I'm wearing right now, and these rings are adjustable so they will fit any finger size, so you don't need to worry about that whatsoever. So my beautiful Scorpio babies, I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your prediction about the upcoming 3 months of your life. I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 of your prediction during the intro of this video, where I introduce you to the first 4 groups. But now let's talk all things Sagittarius, shall we? And figure out precisely what's coming towards you. So we've got the Ace of Swords as well as the Knight of Pentacles. I can definitely see here that for the next 3 months, you've got a lot of great ideas that you're implementing immediately in your professional life. So you are literally snatching wigs, you are climbing up the ladder, professionally speaking, getting promotions left and right. You are getting an increase when it comes to your salary, to the money that you're meant to earn, and I can definitely see here that it's all coming from a place of the great ideas that you're immediately implementing. It's because you're doing things quickly. The Magician does show here that you're taking initiative and you're being a leader. And for you, my beautiful Sagittarius babies, this comes pretty naturally compared to other signs because you're one of those signs that's unafraid and that has a good amount of confidence. Now, the King of Wands is precisely that. It is the King of Fire. So like you, because as a Sagittarius, you're a fire sign. The King of Wands is a leader. This is someone who is unafraid to be inspiring. They're very charismatic and bold. So these are all traits that you have and are further using and developing within these next 3 months. So you're definitely putting the pedal to the metal, if you will, and you're doing the most in the next 3 months, but in the best possible way. Within intuition, it is clear that whatever you do, you're listening to your heart and your gut feeling. No one can talk you into doing something that you don't want to do or that feels wrong to you. You're 100% going with what your values and morals are. And one thing that I can see is that these next 3 months are going to feel like a way longer journey than it actually was. So because you've got so much to do, you're working morning till night. When you go to bed at night, you feel tired but also accomplished because you were busy for the whole day. I definitely see here that you're going to be proud of how these next 3 months went for you. You're going to feel as though you made the right decisions, and even when things didn't go 100% how you wanted them to, because of course in 3 months not everything's going to be perfect, you still made the right choice to listen to your gut feeling, and you're still proud of everything that you accomplished. Within the Page of Wands, I do see here that at the end of these 3 months, you will find yourself in a position where you want to become a student again. In these next 3 months, people are going to listen to you and come to you for advice and put you in a position of power. But once these 3 months are done, you kind of want to be a student again. You want to learn from others again and not always be the teacher, so you can grow your knowledge and wisdom, so you can continue to elevate every single day and every month. Within the Page of Swords, I can see here that you have absolutely no problem with adopting a beginner mindset. You have no problem with being proven wrong or admitting that maybe some ways of thinking or handling things could have been improved. You're the type of person whose ego doesn't get in the way of hard work, dedication, and also sometimes just admitting when things could have been done differently or better. Ooh, okay, we've also got the crib. So clearly we've got the birth or conception of a child or enterprise here for you in the next 3 months. Do note that if you have someone very close to you, this conception could also refer to them. It doesn't just have to refer to you, because the people who you hang out with, I mean, your energy transfers. Energy isn't just a stagnant thing that you bring with yourself. Your energy affects other living beings and vice versa. I see here within the door that you've got amazing opportunities that are waiting for you, but you've got to open the door and walk through it. So these next 3 months are looking very interesting and fruitful for you, my beautiful Sagittarius babies. It's up to you what you're going to do with all these opportunities, but I definitely see that you will make good use of your time and other resources. So my gorgeous Sagittarius babies, we're at the end of the second part of your reading, which I thoroughly hope you enjoyed. Leave a little star emoji below to let me and others know that you were here and to represent the Sagittarius fam. Furthermore, because all of you always ask me, my crystal rings are from my online store. They ship worldwide. Today I'm wearing citrine, sunstone, carnelian, as well as moonstone, amethyst, and aquamarine. Almost forgot all the names right there, but those are the stones I'm wearing. I have more stones in my online store with these rings. I have other fully adjustable ring styles too. So no matter what your ring size is, I've got something for you so you can enjoy how gorgeous as well as energetically cleansing these crystals are. So my beautiful Sagittarius babies, I'd like to thank you for spending this divine time and space with me. I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my gorgeous Capricorn babies, and welcome to the second, even more personalized part of your Pick a Card Tarot reading about the next 3 months of your life. So let's talk all things Capricorn. I hope that you enjoyed the first part of this reading where you got to pick from one of the 4 groups in the intro, but now let's see what's coming towards you. So we've got the 9 of Wands reversed, first of all. This card showing up in reverse shows that a challenging time is coming to an end for my beautiful Capricorn babies. The next 3 months are going to finally look up, and I see here within the Knight of Wands that you're feeling unafraid, brave, and courageous. You're putting your best foot forward. You're doing everything that you possibly can in order to create a life that you enjoy living, and it's working out for you. I see that your manifestations are coming true, and also, as mentioned here in the 9 of Wands, any challenges that you may have had, as long as you tackle them with dignity as well as a lot of drive, you are able to overcome those. Next up, within the Knight of Cups, I can see that there is a water sign that's coming towards you, that's very interested in you, that's looking in your direction, quite literally speaking, and this is a connection that you may want to explore, but if you're already in a committed relationship, you may just want to leave the Knight of Cups alone. But just to give you a little bit more insight on who this person is. They are around your age. They are pretty fun. They're mature for their age, but they still have a bubbly side to their personality. When it comes to letters within their name and their initials, let's see what we've got here. So Spirit says V as well as O. So I'll put that right here on the Knight of Cups for you, my beautiful Capricorns. Let's move further into your reading. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles. I see here that in the next 3 months you are pretty occupied with your work, with just getting better when it comes to your skills, but also hobbies. You might actually take up learning a new language and just overall a new skill set that is foreign to you right now, but it is just the right amount of challenge for you, where it's something that's a little difficult, but not so difficult that you feel like giving up. Within the Moorish idol, we've got this unchangeable devotion. So there is a love that's present for you 3 months from now with someone who is 100% loyal to you, just as the Moorish idol is to its partner fish. I want you to know that there will be this question about where your loyalties lie, and you're going to have to make up your mind when it comes to love. You're going to have to kind of choose, if you will, my beautiful Capricorns. You're going to have to say what it is that you want and desire and who you want to be with. And then in the Great White Shark, just go for it. Strike when the iron is hot. If you're kind of going back and forth too much, you're hemming and hawing about whether you want to be with someone, the flame ceases to exist. Things kind of cool down or even cool off completely, and that can be very detrimental to any relationship, but also to opportunities that may come towards you professionally speaking. Go with what feels right, go with your intuition and your gut feeling, and know here within the Siamese fighting fish that your commitment from then on out is everything, even if that requires doing it alone. Remind yourself that if you want to be healthier or if you want to be better, you often will have to kind of go this road by yourself. Let me just put your letters back in line for you, because a lot of people just don't have the discipline to do what it takes, but you do, my gorgeous Capricorns. It's important that you don't allow for people to hold you back on your journey to greatness in these next 3 months, even if you have to do it alone. Stay committed to your aspirations. We've got the Page of Swords as well as the Page of Wands, which both coincidentally showed up. So we've got the Page of the Suit of Air as well as the Page of the Suit of Fire. For one, we've got this intellectual side of you, and then we've got the passionate creative side. But what these both have in common is that these are phallic symbols, which means masculine symbols. This is indicative of the fact that you're going for it. You've got leadership energy here with you for the next 3 months, which is really great if you're working on projects where you have to make a lot of phone calls, where you have to take action, you have to plan, you have to delegate and deal with people. If you have to be very smart, if you're dealing with kind of shady or crooky people as well, the Page of Swords shows that you are truly kind of learning a lot of valuable lessons very quickly, and that you're growing up very quickly. And here within the Page of Wands, you're finding more creative drive and spark in these next 3 months, which will actually catapult you to a senior position when it comes to your career, and to be in this kind of expert status, if you will, within the community that you work in. So the next 3 months for you are filled with hard work. They are filled with romantic opportunities too, but mostly you being very driven to get to that next level in your life. So my beautiful Capricorn babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope you enjoyed it and found it insightful. All of my crystal rings, because you guys always ask me, they can be found below. I have them linked in the description box. I'm wearing citrine as well as sunstone, carnelian, moonstone, amethyst, and aquamarine today, but I've got more crystal rings on my website. These double the attention rings that I'm wearing today, they're fully adjustable, so they will fit any finger size and they ship worldwide. So don't say I didn't tell you so, and save the comment section to leave a little shark emoji below to let me and others know that you were here and that you received your prediction. Now, my beautiful Capricorn babies, I'm sending you hugs and love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Aquarius babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your prediction, where we talk all things Aquarius. I hope that you enjoyed picking part 1 of your reading during the intro of this video, but now I'm excited to figure out what's coming towards you in these next 3 months based on your zodiac sign. So let's see what Spirit has to say. First up, we've got healing for my beautiful Aquarius babies. You're doing a lot of spiritual, mental, and physical healing, eating more healthily, moving your body, as well as being a little more strict with yourself when it comes to the words you use to describe you, your talents and abilities, as well as the work that you've done. If you are always very hard on yourself verbally, if you are always kind of pushing yourself to the limit, know that these next 3 months will be a time of a little bit more rest, calm, as well as kind energy towards yourself. In the 6 of water, I do see that friends and family are very important in these next 3 months because they also give you the encouragement and inspiration to be kinder and gentler towards yourself. Now, the 6 of water does also show me that in the next 3 months, you are going to be very generous when it comes to your time and energy. And the King of Water shows me that you are someone who is feeling very emotionally driven. So if you feel like the time is right, you will do something for other people. But if you don't feel as though they deserve it, or you're in a spot where you're capable of showing them affection, then you can also be ice cold. You're definitely someone who treats people with the type of energy that they treat you with. And you aren't afraid to hurt someone's feelings if you feel as though it is time or it's necessary. Let's see what else we've got for you. We've got the Knight of Cups, so I can see that in the next 3 months, you are definitely making this progression from the Knight of Cups to the King of Cups, because the King of Water basically means the King of Cups. It is just called King of Water in this Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, but I definitely want you to know that you're growing a lot when it comes to maturity and fearlessness to just say how you feel and what you think. Here within the 8 of Wands, things are moving very quickly within these next 3 months. So there will be quick progression in a lot of your projects and also your personal life. And I see what's also moving very quickly is your healing. You may have thought that it would take a long time for you to get better physically or mentally, but actually you're progressing very rapidly and you're more capable than you've ever given yourself credit for. You're a lot more able to take steps forward than you ever thought. Now, the 4 of Swords shows me that it's also important that you take breaks, that you rest, that you sleep, that you recuperate. This is something that must be prioritized. And I know in our hustle culture, there's always this sensation like sleeping is a crime, like napping is something to feel semi-ashamed of. But if you've ever been doubtful of how important sleep is, read this book by Matthew Walker. It is called Why We Sleep, and it will change your perception of sleeping forever. You will never feel bad again for sleeping as long as you really need to. I see here within the Fool for you that the next 3 months will also entail a completely new, fresh beginning where you're taking a leap of faith. You're kind of jumping into the unknown, but you're doing so feeling really optimistic. And sometimes just being optimistic and positive is all you need for success, is really all you need to make things work. Even if sometimes people can call you naive or crazy for it, I want you to know here in the Strength card that as long as you believe in yourself and you're kind to yourself and you speak to yourself in a respectful manner, that's all that's necessary, my beautiful Aquarius babies. You don't need someone else's approval. You don't need anyone else to tell you that you're on the right path or not. You will intuitively and instinctively know. And you should never feel ashamed for trying new things. But you probably don't feel that way anyways. As an Aquarius, you're very independent, original, and rebellious. And more likely than not, as an Aquarius, you don't care that much about how others feel about you. Next up, we've got the African lionfish, which shows us the power of choice. Place your attention on gratitude. Your guides want you to be grateful for the highs and the lows, the challenges, as well as the times of ease. The African lionfish does show here that you've got the power to choose how you react to a lot of situations in the next 3 months. And the best thing for you to do is to just not even take things too seriously, to laugh a lot of things off. If you, for example, get a parking ticket, try not to take it too seriously. Remind yourself here that life is too short for you to stress over something that's already happened that you can't change. If you, for example, spill something on yourself, don't take it seriously. Just wash the shirt, move on, and laugh about it. It's not a big deal. Remind yourself here that having fun and being able to laugh at difficult, challenging, or just unlucky situations can make everything so much simpler, easier, and more lighthearted. So my beautiful Aquarius babies, this is the prediction which I have for you specifically. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure that you leave a little cookie emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you were here. Furthermore, for all of you who always ask me, these crystal rings are from my online shop, Bolife. Today I'm wearing citrine sunstone as well as carnelian. Then I've also got moonstone amethyst as well as aquamarine. Of the sunstone, I've only got one left as we speak in gold. So if you want this ring, don't say I didn't tell you so. But anyways, my gorgeous Aquarius babies, wherever you are in this world, I hope you're doing amazing. Know that I'm sending you hugs and love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings. Hello, my beautiful Pisces babies, and welcome to the second, even more intricate part of your reading, which is all about the next 3 months of your life and what your destiny for these 3 months is going to look like. So I hope that you enjoyed listening into part 1 of your reading, where you got to pick from the 4 groups that I introduced you to during the intro of this video. But now we'll talk all things Pisces. If this is the first time that you're here, my name's Vanessa Somuayina, and I am a tarot reader and psychic medium, and I can't wait to get into your 3-month prediction for you. First up, we've got the Emperor, my beautiful Pisces baby. This is a card of leadership, of being unafraid, and of making sure that you take action and plan ahead. The Emperor shows us here that for the next 3 months, you are in charge and in control. There's nothing that scares you, and you've got a plan. And when you make sure that you've got a plan, that's when success is just around the corner. If you've ever heard that saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, that is really true, my gorgeous Pisces, but you're not doing that. You're making sure that you've got everything going for you and everything planned out in the way that you can be as successful as possible. Next up, within the Chariot, I can see for you that everything is moving forward swiftly, quickly, and victoriously. These next 3 months are looking excellent for my beautiful Pisces babies, and this really suits you, this attitude of being a leader, of being unafraid, and of not putting too much thought into people pleasing, but instead making sure that you are pleasing yourself and that your needs are being met. Finally, next up here within the 5 of Wands, there are some people who are of course not going to agree with that, but this is actually great news in disguise, because think of it this way. The people who don't like you stepping up to the plate and being a leader are people who can benefit from you being a doormat, and that definitely shows you who your true friends are and who you'd best stay away from, who doesn't have your best interest at heart, or who puts themselves ahead of your happiness every single time. Of course, we all need to look out for ourselves, but there are definitely some people who will put themselves first every time, even when it's not appropriate to do so. And I see that you are uncovering who those individuals are, and you're making sure that you are clearing them out so you can carry on with people who are loyal, who get the vision, and who understand that sometimes you have to say no, and that a good emperor isn't going to be able to fulfill absolutely everyone's needs and has to look at the big picture. And yes, my gorgeous Pisces, I did just identify you as an emperor, even though as a Pisces, you are set to be pretty sentimental, but the next 3 months, you're going to find that you're in a way pretty unrecognizable. Next up, we've got the Orca Pod from the Below the Surface Oracle. Now, the Orca Pod brings you the message that teamwork makes the dream work. Work with others to accomplish greatness. You're learning from this little nugget of wisdom for these next 3 months. You know that in order to accomplish something really big and great, you need to team up and pair up with others. You can't do everything completely by yourself. So therefore, you are including other people in your future plans, and you're unafraid to spend time discussing what comes next with others, because you understand in the giant oceanic manta ray, life is a marathon. Don't burn yourself out in one sprint. This is an important message for you to receive, especially if you've been working yourself to the bone or you've been having trouble trusting others with tasks. And being a business owner myself and a creative, it can be so difficult to trust other people with tasks, especially when these are tasks that are seen by the public or that are very important in order for your business to look good or professional. It can be difficult to give that responsibility into someone else's possession and someone else's control. But once again, it is very important to learn that and to understand that a lot of people also thrive when they understand and when they feel like you're trusting them. Then they have this kind of sense within them that now they've got to deliver and they've got to make sure that they don't break that trust. I see here within the Seven of Coins that you're slowly but surely learning all of these different skills when it comes to business, when it comes to delegating. This will help you in your entire professional career, not just now, but in the future as well, my beautiful Pisces baby. And this is just overall a skill that you need at this point. You can't do everything all the time by yourself. The Nine of Coins shows me a lot of prosperity when it comes to your career, okay? So you're definitely reaching new levels, new heights, new income levels as well. But now you have to make sure that your health is also in alignment with this. You can't jeopardize your health for money. You can't always put projects before your own well-being. You must assure that you're getting as much help as possible and that also it makes sense economically speaking. Now, the King of Wands here is similar to the Emperor. This represents the King of Fire signs. And as you can see here with the Emperor, we've got this red fiery background. The Emperor, of course, has a lot of masculine energy, and so does the King of Wands. So these next 3 months are the masculine you coming out, the you that isn't afraid to tell someone off, to tell someone like it is, to even kind of elbow some people out of the way, not because you want to, but because you understand that in life, in order to get what you want, sometimes you need to fight a little bit. And I see this fighting spirit here for you. And the Two of Swords shows me that you just know the time has come to where you can't always be nice and polite, because sometimes when you're nice and polite, you do get left behind. There are situations where you just need to boss up, and you're definitely learning to still be your kind, empathetic, sensitive self, while knowing exactly when to bring out the claws and the teeth, my beautiful Pisces, in order to ensure that you don't get left behind or that things don't get taken away from you that you've worked hard for, because you also need to protect your asset. That's another thing about being decisive, having masculine energy. It's not just attacking, it's also protecting what's yours, making sure you're safe, that your family is good, that you're good, your health is in good shape. And I see here within the Wheel of Fortune that these next 3 months are going to come with a lot of different changes and scenarios in which you can prove to yourself and others that you understand the importance of sometimes saying no and sometimes being the leader that puts their foot down and creates boundaries and basically doesn't take anything other than people who respect these boundaries, and everyone else can really just get lost. That's the kind of vibe that we've got here for you. I also want you to know, my gorgeous Pisces, that the next 3 months are going to be filled with a lot of inspiration for what you can build and create next. Maybe quite literally build, such as real estate. It can be more business ventures, but also building in the sense of what you want to do in your personal life, because you will have your professional life pretty figured out, and then it's time for you to figure out what you want to do personally speaking. So my beautiful Pisces babies, this is the reading that I received for you. I truly hope you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful. Make sure that you leave a little crystal ball emoji below in the comment section to let me and others know that you are a Pisces baby, because that is the only way you would know to leave a crystal ball emoji below. And if you watch this reading to the end, for all of you who are always so curious, here and on Instagram where I get my crystal rings from, so these are from my store Bow Life. Today I'm wearing citrine sunstone, carnelian, as well as moonstone amethyst and aquamarine. These gorgeous double the attention rings, for example, are 100% adjustable, so they can fit any finger size. So the link to these is below. Don't say I didn't tell you so, and fill the comment section with the crystal ball emojis, not questions about my crystal rings. So my beautiful Pisces babies, know that I'm sending you so much love, and I can't wait to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.